Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 20th to the 31st, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously and helps this channel be seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Oh, this is lovely. We start off, we're crowned with the 10 of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the Empress. Somebody could be falling in love during this time, just putting that out there. I don't want to say, okay, don't get your hopes up. This isn't something to make people like, oh my gosh, but somebody might be having either a Christmas engagement or like holiday engagement announcement type of thing coming forward. So just be aware of this. It could be an announcement with expecting, or it can be, getting engaged. That is coming forward. I'm getting those vibes here. So just be mindful. It doesn't mean that it has to happen. Okay. Don't think, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've always wanted this. This is exactly going to be what's here for me right now. But just know during this time, you can be having that is an energy for somebody listening that you need to hear it. So just be aware and just know that you heard it here first. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Okay. Very cool. We also have the Four of Swords. We need to rest. We need to take care of ourselves. We kind of need to slow things down and nurture our own creativity, Capricorn. It's going to be a very big thing for us. It's also going to be a very hard thing for us. We want to keep on going, keep on pushing, keep on moving, keep on going. That's going to be the energy that comes forward quite powerfully. With the 10 of Cups, this is and they all live happily ever after. This is happiness, success, prosperity, beauty. There is a real sense of I'm focusing on what I love. And that's going to be very big for us. It's not I'm focusing on being selfish or egotistical or self-centered. I'm focusing on what I love, what makes me happy, how I need to open the door for myself, not what I need to do for everyone else to make them happy. It's also saying I need to fill up my cup as well. With the Queen of Wands reverse, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if we have fire sign energy in our chart, we can find it difficult during this time. We can find that we have a bit of a temper, that we can be a bit overwhelmed by things. So acknowledging this is going to be very important to us. There is also a sense here that if we have fire sign energies in our life, we can find them difficult. Things can be challenging around fire sign energies. But there's also a sense here of I'm not fully embracing my magic, my passion, my power, what it is that I love in my life, how it is that I need to move forward for me. And with the Empress, there is a sense of I'm nurturing my creativity. But if we don't believe in our magic, how are we going to nurture our creativity? So there can be a bit of a disconnect that we need to be mindful of during this time. With the Four of Swords, you need to slow it down. You need to slow it down and you need to say, what is it that, I love? What is it that's important to me? What is it that I can celebrate within myself? It's celebrating our story. It's looking at our history instead of saying, oh, I should have done this differently. I should have done that differently. That person was a schmuck. This person was great, type of thing. It's very much saying here, okay, this is my life and I honor it and I honor me and I slow it down and I let myself rest. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is a gift just for us. We are an earth sign energy. We're represented by pentacles in the minor arcana. So God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing us a gift just for us, a prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. And that's going to be a game changer. With the Three of Wands reversed, there can be a sense here of a feeling like certain doors have closed or like we're not looking out at the horizon. We're looking inward. And there can be a sense of feeling a bit of disappointment about that. And spirit can be saying, you don't need to be, that spirit can be saying, spirit is saying, do not be disappointed because kind of the landscape of what you're looking at has changed. Embrace what you love, embrace what's important to you. And you're going to start to see doors opening again. Okay. So now let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below. And if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman emoji in the comment box. A person will be chosen at random and announced in a completely separate video on the 1st of January. So keep your eyes open for that. And good luck to everyone. Oh, and don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. Okay, so now let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Right here, we have centered. It is going to be so important during this time here, Capricorn, to have ourselves centered, to find our center, to say, this is what grounds me, this is what stabilizes me, this is what I need, this is what I love, this is what I want. So here, our centering energy is going to keep on coming up during this time. It's kind of like our touchstone energy. We're going to find that we need to keep on coming back to a certain spot or a certain kind of vibrational energy sphere. But I see it more as like this spot charges me up. Like I need to sit down at night and watch a little bit of TV or knit or sew or, you know, do whatever it is that we do, have a cup of tea, whatever it is that centers you, you need to do that during this time. And that's going to be very important. Our subconscious, not subconscious, our chakra energy. Oh, goodness, it's not standing up. There we go. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ooh. So we have three because obviously our chakra energy is a bit of a chatty Cathy this time. And it's interesting that two of them are the throat chakra. So this is the throat chakra coming through. We have communication and we have listening. So if you're like me and you think of the throat chakra, or you used to think of the throat chakra as just simply talking, we're going to see here that the throat chakra is also listening. It's being able to communicate. It's being able to have things come together. So communication is going to be really important to us. We can be a bit intuitive during this time, so we can take things in as soon as we enter the room. And it's like, oh, okay. And we can feel like, oh, I already said that, or we've already had this conversation. And that hasn't happened. So just make sure that we're hearing it from the other person. We're not reading like the energy sphere of it, because the energy might be different than what the person actually wants. So do be mindful about that. We can get a bit confused during this time. We can also need to slow down and listen to ourselves, which is going to be very important. Reversed here is listening. We can have a really hard time listening. You know, we need to communicate with ourselves here with communication, but we can have a really hard time listening to other people. We can be really preoccupied with the energy that we're picking up from communication coming in. So just be mindful about this, making a concerted effort to listen, to engage, kind of like put down the phone and bring your attention forward. That's going to be a very important thing. It brings us then to our third eye chakra reversed, which is psychic development. However you see this, as like, you know, your intuition, your empathicness, your sixth sense, or your psychicness, we are stunting it developing because we're overwhelmed by it. So just be mindful during this time that Spirit's like, okay, you have this energy coming forward. What are you going to do with it? How are you embracing it? And how are you moving forward towards what you truly desire during this time? And there's going to be a need to really connect with ourselves psychically, spiritually, you know, on a deeper level. And yet we're not going to feel really comfortable with that. So being aware of this is going to be important. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Not our chakra energy, I do apologize. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And here we have the 10 of Swords reverse. We're coming to a completion of a cycle. We're releasing a lot of the hurts, the pains, the negativity, the chaos that we have had before. But we can really be questioning, like, how do I move forward? What is it that I want? I feel untethered. It can be something we say a lot, or I feel like I just need to ground myself more. I just need more grounding. And so we can pull in the reins of things. And that's not what we need to do. It's not like we need to go harsher or more disciplined within ourselves. It's that we need to look at, okay, what am I releasing? Like, what old hurtful patterns am I releasing that now make me feel like I don't know how to cope with this situation? Like, I don't know what to do if I don't bring trauma into it, or I don't bring hurt or pain into it, or if I don't just respond, you know, kind of instantaneously, if I sit in this energy more, or if I slow things down and connect. I don't know how to respond. So Spirit is saying here, hey, listen, slow it down, connect. It's all going to be okay. But be mindful that, again, we can feel like I feel untethered. Like there's just going to feel a sense of like, oh, I feel like I'm just like floating. Or we can have that experience of almost like it's astral projecting, right? When we're sleeping and then we wake up and we have these dreams of just falling into our body, but we have them a lot. So here it can be that sense also of I'm releasing a lot in my sleep and I'm astral projecting, I'm moving forward towards things, but in the waking world, I don't know how to incorporate that. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to stand in that energy. So being mindful of that is going to be really important. Now, in our last readings, we had from the 1st to the 15th. And for my own sanity, we are now doing from the 20th to the 31st, which this month has just been busier than I had anticipated. So, I mean, that's a good thing. So I'm going to give you the astrology from for the time before the 20th. So for those like 5 days before. So we have on the 16th of December, we have the sun in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. Our focus can be a bit hard. Our imagination is going to be intense, and it can feel rather draining because it's hard to take our imaginative world, which is going to be so rich, and bring it into our day-to-day world. So slowing it down and centering ourselves is going to be important. On the 18th of December, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This is a day of big ideas. Like, seriously, carry around a notebook with you, jot them down. Big ideas are coming. And we have a tendency to look on the bright side, be much more optimistic, be much more like, oh, yeah, I can do this type of energy. And so we are also taking a different approach. So that's going to be a big deal as well. Now, on the 20th of December, when we're really coming into the power of this whole entire reading, we have the moon in Aries squared Mercury in Capricorn. And it can be difficult, again, for us to focus. And we can feel like we just need to take a break. We just need to take a break. This is going to be a time where when Mercury is in Capricorn, we can feel just a bit scattered, a bit overwhelmed. It's very much that 10 of Swords energy coming through. We're going to have revelations made because that's what a Mercury does. A Mercury retrograde, that's what a Mercury retrograde does. A Mercury retrograde brings forward what we need to see. It's the Four of Swords. It's like, I'm going to make you trip up so much that you have to slow down. And if you don't slow down, well, it's going to get worse type of thing. So here, honoring our story, honoring ourselves, and understanding, okay, my mind needs a break. Our mind needing a break does not mean I go and do something else that's going to be very much like mind, I want to say mind inclusive, but like, needing my attention more and more. It's almost like just sit there and stare at the wall for 5 minutes. Like, I know that sounds really funny, but just sitting there and calming things down and giving ourselves just a break to just stop, not having something playing in our ears, not having somebody demanding our time, but just stopping for those 5 minutes, that can be huge. So that can be something that's really, really great for us. So do be aware of this during this time. We need to rest. We're going to think we're resting, but we're not resting. We're always demanding of our time. And when we sleep, if you have one of the watches or rings or whatever that tracks your sleep, look at your sleep score. Look at your sleep score and saying, okay, am I taking care of myself? Am I really resting? Because that's going to be a big deal as well. On the 21st of December, Venus is in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. Tempers can run high. So just be mindful about this, especially since we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Whenever we have one of the court cards of the Wands reversed, this part of our temper, our personality, can come forward very fiercely. Now, this is sacred feminine energy, right? Because it's a queen. And with the wands, there is a sense here of like my temper can just be at the surface of everything. I can feel very emotional about things and then very overwhelmed by being emotional about things. And, I'm just going to go with my instant reaction to it. And that can be very draining. It can be very overwhelming. It can make us feel like we're not getting ahead where we want to, and others feel like they don't even want to talk to us. So do be aware about that. We need to be centered. That's why centered has come in so powerfully during this time. Here in our message from Spirit, we need to be centered before we react to anything. We need to center ourselves, ground ourselves. That can be a game changer. That can really help us on this day. And this is the solstice, right? Whether it's the winter solstice or the summer solstice, depending on where you are in the world, we want to make the most of this day. We don't want our temper ruining it for us. That'd be awful. Also on the 21st of December, we have Mercury in Capricorn sextile Saturn in Pisces. We are way more focused. This day can be a day where, tempers run high. We need to center ourselves, but we are also way more focused. We need to use this time to really align with what we want, with the path that we want to be on, the goals that we want to achieve, because we have that focus, we have that bandwidth to be able to say, okay, what is it that I'm nurturing within me? What is it that I love? And how am I bringing that to the forefront of my existence? On the 22nd of December, and this was seen with the Empress, with the bringing what we love to the forefront and aligning with our goals, and with the 10 of Cups, because here we're nurturing our creativity, what we're birthing forward, and we are also, really looking at what we love, what makes us happy, what brings joy, and we're saying, okay, I need to hold sacred space for this. Like, I need to open up this door. On the 22nd of December, we have the sun entering into Capricorn. All right. We feel comfortable with this energy, but also no, I see it like with the zodiacs, right? The Chinese zodiac signs. They say when you enter into your year, whether like, this was the year of the rabbit, now we're going into the year of the dragon. When you enter into your own year, you can feel out of sorts, right? It can be a year where a lot of lessons come forward. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be very important. We can feel very comfortable, right? In our Chinese zodiac, but we can also feel very comfortable in our, Western zodiac sign of Capricorn. But we can also see certain things coming forward during this time where it's like, okay, things get a little bit more intense. They get a little bit more real. So just be aware of this because I just think that it's interesting. It's something I've been seeing lately. So with the sun entering into Capricorn, we are ambitious, we have direction, we are goal oriented, we are focused on how we need to move things forward. We're looking at the gifts that we need to bring in. It's like, what are the seeds that I'm planting? How am I going to make the most of my time? How am I going to improve my harvest the most? And we are really aligned with our ambitions. But do be mindful because we're also in a Mercury retrograde. And so this can really align us with old goals and old ambitions. And we can focus on what was really important to us in the past instead of what we need to accomplish in the present. And that can make us feel like our goals, our horizon, our kind of goalpost has changed. And there's a sense of, okay, like it's like, well, what do I achieve now? How do I succeed now? What am I looking for now? So we need to make sure that our goals, the seeds that we're planting for the future for 2024, but for our lives and ourselves, it is aligned with our present, not with our past. It would be very easy to get the past confused with the present. Also on the 22nd of December, we have the sun in Capricorn conjunct Mercury in Capricorn. This is a great time to really start something new, to really sit there and say, this is what I want. Creatively, we are in tuned, passionately, we know what we love. And we have here the sense of, I'm moving forward in my gifts. I'm planting these seeds. I'm going after what I desire. And this energy will stay with us for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So just being aware of this, utilizing this the best that we can really see us opening up the door. We have the Empress, we're birthing forward our creativity, our intuition, the 10 of Cups, happiness, success, prosperity, a sense of what we love moving forward. And it doesn't mean that we have to be the richest, okay? We tend to equate what we love with, then making money off of it. Oh, I really like knitting. I'm going to then start selling sweaters. Well, okay, is that going to be time? Is that going to work, right? Can you make a profit off of it? There's going to be things here that we're looking at where we can say, oh, I'm going to take all my hobbies, all my things, and make them into careers and just zap all the joy out of it. So do be mindful about that during this time. That when we are aligning with what we want to start, we're not taking the joy out of our present because that's going to be a very important thing too. On the 24th of December, we have Mercury entering into Sagittarius. And we have big ideas coming forward. We have big dreams coming forward. But also be aware that we can be a bit lazy on this day and a bit prone to exhaustion and excess and a bit selfish. So to ground ourselves and to say, listen, I'm looking at the bigger picture, but I'm honoring my past. And this is going to be a time where we really have to be real with ourselves. Okay, what do you want? What are you moving forward to? What's important to you? What isn't important to you? It brings us then to the sun in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces, focusing on what needs to get done, looking at, being more disciplined with our time, being more disciplined with ourselves. It does kind of go against that Mercury retrograde energy that's coming forward, which is just like chaos, chaos, chaos. It wants us to just kind of do the chaos dance. But here it's like, okay, no, but I can see how I need to move forward. We're going to be much more inclined to do that, but we can have our tempers kind of really run high during this time, not embracing our creativity, our intuition, our understanding, our magic, wanting everything to be bigger than it is. This is the Queen of Wands energy reversed. We want things to be bigger than maybe Spirit wants them to be for ourselves. And Spirit is saying here, it's nothing bad if it is smaller than we had anticipated. There's nothing wrong with that. On the 25th of December, which if you celebrate, it's Christmas Day, and this is beautiful energy for Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, this is just beautiful energy in general. So it's really cool. We have Venus in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. Helping others feels good. This is going to be a day where connecting with what you love, connecting with those you love, it's like it feels good. And you might be like, duh, Dane, that is just how it always is. And it's like, yeah, but but sometimes we don't know it, right? Sometimes we could be connecting with those that we love, and we could be thinking about work, and we could be thinking about this, and we could be thinking about that. And all of a sudden we're sitting there, we're like, oh, I had a really good time, but I almost feel like I'm looking at it like from a video lens or something like that. So just be aware of this during this time, that we are involved. Like we're holding deeply and moving sacredly into the space of connecting with others. We're enjoying being with people we care about. And we're also going to see that helping people that we care about, we feel close to, it's almost a spiritual thing during this time. It's like, oh wow, I need to have kind of more of these connections. Not that I need to help everybody, because we don't need to put that on our plate, but it's like, oh wow, connecting with people is a spiritual, beautiful thing. And I need to foster this more within my life and bring it forward. On the 27th of December, we have a few things happening. We have Mercury in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. So the mind can be a bit foggy and it can be hard to focus. So ground yourself, stabilizing yourself. That's going to be important. Again, we kind of feel like the goalpost is changing. Things are moving in a direction that we're a little bit curious about. The sun is in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. We are more independent. We're wanting to figure things out on our own. We're really looking at our own individual gifts, our own individual sovereignty. It's like, okay, how do I move forward in this? Mercury is then also in Sagittarius, conjunct Mars in Sagittarius, and it's just high energy during this time. We want new ways to bring action into our lives and new ways to move forward. And with that, with the Queen of Wands energy coming through, it's like we can really be embracing that kind of like, push it forward, go for the chaos, go for the big things, see what happens, just keep going, just keep doing. And it can be very almost neurotic energy coming forward, very chaotic energy that just drains us completely. And we don't need that. So be mindful of that during this time. On the 28th of December, Mars is in Sagittarius, squared Neptune in Pisces. Again, focusing can be difficult. We can find it a bit difficult to see the goals that we want, to see the way that we need to move forward. We're uncertain of the next step, and we're also not seeing things as clearly as we want to. And this can be a time where we have those ideas, but there seems that disconnect with bringing them forward. And it's like, okay, well, how? It's like, how? I have all these ideas. We can feel a bit foggy. We can feel a bit unfocused. And it's like, how do I bring this forward? We also need to be kind with our time and let ourselves rest and let things calm down. So that's going to be a big thing for us as well. We need to work on our intuitive connection, that sense of, like, I have it in me. It's the Emperor's connection, right? I have it in me. I need to just birth it forward. I need to bring it forward into this world. And that's going to be a very big thing. Now, on the 29th of December, we have a few things happening with Venus. Venus will enter into Sagittarius, but before Venus enters into Sagittarius, Venus is in Scorpio, sextile Pluto in Capricorn, which passions and intensity, okay, are very strong in our relationship. It doesn't have to just be our romantic relationships. We're really connecting. We want to improve our intimacy, improve the way that we are connecting with people, the way that we are embracing our happiness, our love, our joy, really bringing that forward. We are much more committed. And that commitment, we're going to say that to people, it's like, okay, I'm super committed to this. Are you? And it can be with business, it can be with relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. We are looking at things and like, okay, I'm bringing this to the table and I'm showing up. And that's going to be a big deal for us. Also on the 29th of December, Venus enters into Sagittarius. And this is a time to have adventures, to go after what we love, to let our heart guide us. We are generous. We are open-hearted. We are like, yes, I can do this. And we're not wanting to be held down, and we're not wanting to be tethered to certain things. So being aware of that during this time is also going to be very important for us. It's like, my heart needs to move me forward, but I don't want to feel like my wings are clipped. So think of yourself as a bird. You want to keep on flying. On the 30th of December, this ends astrologically with a bang. So on the 30th of December, we have Jupiter direct in Taurus. And this can improve our finances. This can better our resources, improve our stability and security. So this can bring forward a lot of like really positive things. Now, remember, it can. It doesn't mean that the 30th comes and all of a sudden this magic switch is turned on and everything's hunky-dory. But it can start to bring a level of clarity that when Jupiter was in retrograde, we just didn't have. It was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. So here the clarity is coming. We are more focused on actions than introspection. So we're taking these dreams and we're really wanting to bring them forward. We're looking at them inwardly and saying, yes, I can do this. But because we also have the Queen of Wands here, we can feel like how we can be frustrated, we can have our passion, and we can have ourselves feeling distracted, overwhelmed. And so here we need to be mindful that we may not see this all start to kick in until after Mercury retrograde. And you can be saying, Dane, Mercury retrograde ends on the 1st of January. That's no big deal at all. From the 30th to the 1st, that's nothing. But remember the post shadow period. We can be very affected by things, and we can find that it's not until the post shadow period, 3 weeks after, Mercury retrograde ends, that we feel like we're actually coming out. So this can bring us closer to February than it doesn't. And then we can need to get our sea legs, or we need to get used to walking on land again, depending on however you see the analogy. We're going to see ourselves needing to stabilize, needing to secure, and that can take a bit of time. But Jupiter amplifies. Jupiter is greatness. Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus. So we're going to see ourselves stepping into that power, stepping into our determination, stepping into our focus, and for this energy to really be guiding us and leading us in a way that we hadn't expected. So here it's like, okay, the doors can open in greatness. I need to embrace that greatness. Our subconscious chakra energy, not chakra energy, but our subconscious spirit energy is adventure. We want an adventure. We just do. And it doesn't mean that we have to go anywhere, though if we do, we'd super enjoy it. But it means that we need to have a little bit of an adventure to kind of break up our routine, do things a bit differently, open up that door. It'll be great. Just kind of getting out of our everyday routine. Our subconscious chakra energy is universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And this is saying here that we're having a bit of difficulty connecting with that light, connecting with the prosperity and the power of letting the energy of the universe just flow through us and being that conduit for this energy. So just be mindful about this. Open up, our energy blockages, like opening up to this energy and just feeling more connected to it, to the universe, is going to be a really big thing for us and feel very life-changing or life-affirming also. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the 4 of Wands. So be mindful here. I know we did start this rather excitedly, but be mindful here that our commitments are going to be being tested. Things that we had thought we want, or the way that we had thought we wanted them, is going to be changing. And so here, this is a celebration. This is, something we think, oh, I'm going to celebrate this. And then it cannot be as we expected. So just be mindful about this during this time. Our subconscious tarot message is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is patiently waiting, and moving towards prosperity, success, and bounty. Patiently planting our seeds, and we have a lot of abundance and seeds coming forward during this time, and seeing the bigger picture of what we want and what we're heading towards. So that's going to be a big thing, but being patient for ourselves, that is going to be paramount. Being patient with ourselves, honoring our past, honoring our present, seeing ourselves move forward in a slow, committed way towards our goals and towards what we desire is going to be a game changer. All right. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a happy holiday season. Bye.